My 10-year-old came home from school looking like someone stole his oxygen. He didn't just look upset, he looked embarrassed. Then he whispered, "Dad, my teacher made me lie in front of everyone." My son, Alex, was a space kid, always had been. We spent weekends stargazing with a beat-up telescope in our backyard. He could name planets faster than most adults could name vegetables. Last year I surprised him with a book signed by a real astronaut, and he treated it like a sacred object. Then his history teacher decided to pick a fight with reality. It started with a fun fact about ancient wonders. His teacher told the class the Great Wall of China was visible from space with the naked eye. Alex raised his hand, polite as always, and said, "Actually, astronauts say that's not true." He even mentioned the signed book and what it explained. His teacher didn't correct it. He didn't even pause. He smirked and went, "That's nonsense. It's in the textbook. I've taught this for 20 years. Then he added, "Your little astronaut book is wrong." Alex tried again the next day. He brought the book to school to show the exact passage. Instead of reading it, the teacher snatched it off his desk like it was contraband. He called it disruptive material and shoved it into his drawer. Then came the humiliation. The teacher walked Alex to the front of the class. He pointed at him like he was on trial, and he made my kid repeat out loud 10 times, "The Great Wall of China is visible from space." Alex said the words like, "They tasted bitter." His voice cracked around the 7th time. His classmates stared at the floor, and the teacher just stood there, satisfied, like he'd won something. When Alex got home, his hands were shaking. He told me his book was still locked in the teacher's desk. Then he showed me the punishment assignment, a 5-page essay about respecting teacher knowledge. I saw red. I emailed the teacher, keeping it as calm as I could. I cited multiple astronauts. I kept it short. I asked for the book back. His reply came fast and arrogant. "I don't need space facts from a parent." Then he hit me with, "The curriculum says it's visible, so that's what I teach." I went to the principal next. She gave me the tight smile adults use when they want you to go away. She called it a minor factual dispute, and she didn't want to undermine a veteran teacher. Cool. So my kid could be humiliated over a myth and everyone would shrug. That night I made one phone call. My old college roommate worked in a NASA education program. I explained what happened, including the confiscated signed book. There was a pause. Then she said, "Oh, absolutely not." 3 days later, I walked into Alex's history class during the lesson. The teacher looked up like I was tracking mud onto his precious floor. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just stepped aside and let my guest walk in. She was a NASA education specialist. Lab coat, tablet, NASA logo on the lanyard. The kind of calm confidence that makes loud people suddenly quiet. The teacher forced a smile. "Can I help you?" I smiled back. "She's here to talk about space." And that was the moment everything slowed down. The NASA specialist connected her tablet to the classroom screen. Next, she pulled up real photos from low Earth orbit. Then she said, "Sweet as sugar. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Wall is very difficult to see." She tapped the screen again. Even from orbit, the teacher's face twitched. She played astronaut video clips. She zoomed in on landscapes. She showed cities at night glowing like constellations. She pointed out huge dams and coastal outlines. "No, Wall." A student raised her hand. "But he said it's in our textbook." The NASA specialist nodded gently. "Textbooks can be outdated." Then she held up the book and read the publication date out loud. Itianzhou by Bashawu. The room made this soft little sound. Not laughter, not whispers, just that collective realization that an adult had been confidently wrong for decades. The teacher turned red in layers. Neck first, then his cheeks, then his ears. Right then, the principal walked in, drawn by the commotion. The NASA specialist didn't miss a beat. She glanced at Alex and said, "Also, I heard a student's signed astronaut book was taken." The principal's eyes snapped to the teacher. A long silence stretched across the room. Finally, the teacher opened his desk drawer like it weighed 100 pounds. He pulled out Alex's book. Alex's face changed instantly, like somebody turned the light.
"Don't want to tell me what that parking ticket is for? Okay, I'll get that ticket thrown out in court, along with jeopardizing any ticket the city wrote on that same form. My roommate Derek got a parking ticket stuck to our apartment door last month. I found it coming home from my bookstore shift. It wasn't addressed to either of us, just our unit number. I left it on the kitchen counter. Derek came home, saw it, and his hands shook as he shoved it in his pocket. "What was that?" I asked. "Just a ticket, it's fine." "For what though?" "I'll handle it," he said, and disappeared into his room. That worried me. We split everything 50-50. If this was a building parking issue, I needed to know. My car was on the same street. Next morning, I tried again. "Derek, was it alternate side parking?" "I parked there too." He didn't look up from his phone. "It's not your problem. If it affects our building, it is." He dumped his cereal bowl in the sink without rinsing and left. Derek always rinsed. A week later, our landlord, Mrs. Walsh, taped a note about a $300 towing fee to our door. Derek ripped it down before I could finish reading. "Derek, did you get towed?" "I'm dealing with it." His voice cracked. 3 days later, I found the ticket crumpled in the recycling bin. Derek had thrown it away. I flattened it out. Violation number 42, $75 fine. No description, no law citation, just a number. I checked the city website during my work break. They listed common violations, but the numbers didn't match anything. I went to City Hall on lunch. I had $75 saved. Maybe I could just pay it to avoid problems with Mrs. Walsh. The clerk scanned it. 75 plus 15 late fee. What's violation 42? She didn't look up. "We don't provide that information." "How am I supposed to know what I did wrong?" "Call the prosecutor's office." She waved me aside. I called from the parking lot. They said I'd have to come in person, and even then they might not tell me. That night I confronted Derek. "I tried to pay your ticket. They won't tell me what violation 42 means. What did you do?" His face went red. "Why are you going through my trash? You owe Mrs. Walsh $300. If she evicts over this, it affects me too." He grabbed his coat and left. I couldn't drop it. If this came back on me, I needed to understand. I spent Saturday at the public library with city ordinance books. 4 hours later, I'd checked every parking regulation. Violation 42 wasn't listed anywhere. The numbers on the ticket didn't match actual laws. Then I found the state statute. Parking citations must include the specific ordinance number being violated, not an internal code, the actual law. Derek's ticket had no ordinance, no statute reference, just violation 42, which didn't legally exist. The court date was in 4 days. I took a personal day and went. When they called the ticket number, I stood. "Your Honor, I'm contesting this on due process grounds." I explained everything. Mystery number not in city ordinances. Clerk refused to explain the violation. State law requires specific ordinance citations. violations. The judge examined the ticket. Does the city provide documentation of these violation numbers? The prosecutor shuffled papers. Officers have an internal reference sheet, but defendants don't receive this? They can request it. This young man tried. He was refused. She looked at me. You checked the ordinances yourself? Yes, ma'am. 4 hours at the library. Violation 42 doesn't exist in any city code. She nodded. I'm dismissing this citation for failure to meet statutory requirements. Furthermore, I'm ordering a review of all tickets issued on this form batch. I felt electricity run through me. Derek was home when I got back. He looked exhausted. Your ticket got dismissed, I said. His head snapped up. What? The forms don't meet state requirements. Judge threw it out. Relief flooded his face. So I don't owe anything? You don't owe the city. You still owe Mrs. Walsh $300 for towing. The relief vanished. I got the violation list after the hearing. Violation 42 is parking in a handicap access zone. The wheelchair ramp behind our building. He went pale. We don't have assigned spots there, so I got curious. I pulled my parking pass from my wallet, the one missing for 3 weeks. I'd found it in his gym bag that morning hunting for quarters. You used my pass to park in my spot. Got ticketed blocking the ramp. Derek's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Your ticket's dismissed, so you can't contest the towing now. No ticket means no grounds to fight it. Mrs. Walsh keeps your security deposit. He moved out 12 days later without saying goodbye.